let's continue with lesson 10 speaking. Last time we stopped at where? Wait a minute. Okay. Yeah. Last time we stopped at slide 14. And yeah. Today we are going with slide 15. You will still be filling the dialogue with the sentences or phrases you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So there's only one sentence to fill here, so maybe I'll give you 3 to 5 minutes. And if you are done before that, just call me to read out your answers.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. time's up. Are you done?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I see. Say, if you were to give advice to someone who's just starting out in this field, what would you say?
Well, I would definitely tell them that they have to really stick with this job as a teacher because sometimes it can be very frustrating for the students and you really want to quit. But if you already want to be in the future, in to be a teacher in the future, then you have to be really like dedicated to your students and to the profession.
Thanks so much for answering all my questions. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Okay, great answer, honestly. Uh, your grammar in uh, your grammar in your previous answer is really great. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so yep, we will do a little comparison between your present job and your
Yeah.
ideal job.
Yeah.
Just consider your present job is a student, and your
Yeah.
ideal job is a math teacher.
Yeah.
Okay, and you will compare uh, the your two jobs using these questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I think 2 minutes for each section. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You'll be given 12 minutes, and I will ask for your answers at 9:50.
Chị ơi cho em hỏi cái này là mình so sánh hai cái câu hay là mình trả lời hả chị?
Đây nhá, cái câu hỏi này sẽ là mình sẽ phải so sánh giữa cái việc mình làm học sinh với cả mình làm giáo viên toán đúng không? Thì
Dạ.
sẽ trả lời các cái câu hỏi này. Ví dụ, what is your job like? Thì sẽ so sánh first as a student, my job is to làm gì đó, and
Dạ.
since I want to be a math teacher in the future, um, thì sau đó mình sẽ nói là mình tưởng tượng là công việc của mình sẽ gồm những cái gì.
Dạ.
Ok.
Dạ. Dạ.
Chỉ cần trả lời ngắn gọn thôi, không cần phải nói quá nhiều đâu.
Dạ.
Mỗi mỗi cái câu hỏi này thì trả lời chắc tầm, nếu như mà có nhiều cái items trong câu hỏi quá thì chọn 1 đến 2 cái để trả lời thôi. Bởi
Dạ.
vì nếu như nhắc quá nhiều cái items vào các câu trả lời cho tất cả các câu hỏi thì nó rất là dài. Ok?
Dạ.
Okay, are you good?
No.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna start asking. What is your job like as a
Um,
student?
yeah. As a student, my job is just to go to school, go home to do homework, review lesson, and then prepare everything for the new day.
Okay. What are you responsible for in your job as a student?
Yeah, I'm a student, so I can only take responsibility for studying.
Okay. Next, what is your job like as a math teacher?
As a math teacher, I responsible for teaching math to my student at my school.
Okay, thank you. So, what hours do you work as a student, and how many hours do you work each day or week?
Um, I have to study from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. So I think uh, hours that I have to study per day is about 4 hours. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Um, uh, as a math teacher, what hours do you work, and how many hours do you work per day?
Um, as a math teacher, I have to teach from like both in the morning and in the afternoon. So I teaching a lot of class and the grade. So usually in the morning, I have to teach from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. and in the afternoon from um, I think it's 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. and but I just have to teach like that in Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday, and the rest of the day only teach about 5 hours per
Okay.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for your answers. Next question. Describe one positive aspect about being a student. What is one thing you enjoyed about your job?
Actually, I'm not a kind of person like studying too much. So um, I think the things that I hate the most when I go to school is I have to do a lot of homework and take a lot of exam. But beside it, the best thing I enjoy when I am a student is I can go to school, meet my friend, and talk with each other.
Okay, thank you. What about the positive aspect and the negative aspect as a math teacher?
Um, I think the positive aspect about my job as a math teacher is I am in charge of teaching math to students from grade 6 to grade 9 at a middle school, so I have to teach a lot of times and actually I don't have free time, so I can take a breath and I feel very tired. Yeah.
Okay.
And the things that I like in my job is I can meet my student and teach um, the knowledge that I know to them.
Okay. So okay. Um, how did you find your job as a math teacher? And how did
Um,
you get your job?
Yes. My grandma was a teacher, so I just like to wanna be a teacher like my mother, and I can get my job is like um my my friends. She's I don't know how to say.
Okay.
She
So how do you what do you mean? Just say it in Vietnamese and I will correct it for you.
dạ, ok. Um, Bạn của tôi giới thiệu ngôi trường đó cho tôi và sau đó tôi có một buổi phỏng vấn để vào được ngôi trường đó.
Okay. So I would say it like my friend she introduced the school for me. So after that, I got an interview with the school leaders, and luckily, they decided to hire me as their math teacher, like
Dạ,
that.
dạ.
Okay. Last question. Uh, why will you choose to be a math teacher?
Mm, I think because the first reason I choose to want to be a math teacher is I like to studying math when I was a student, and the second reason is um, I want to do teacher like my grandma, and the last reason is I love to teach student.
Mm,
I love to
great. Thank you.
teaching student. Yeah, I love to
Yep.
teach.
Yep. Okay. Great answers. Um, However, I want to note some mistakes in your answers.
Yeah,
Okay. First, the about the negative and positive aspect.
yeah,
You wanted to say like besides.
yeah,
However, besides will be used to connect the two sentences that have the same meanings.
yeah,
Okay, and you're talking about two opposite problem: the
yeah,
negative and the positive aspects of your job.
yeah,
So I would recommend using the phrases like apart from that,
yeah,
apart from the negative aspect, the
yeah,
positive aspect of my job is, or uh, yep, or no matter how negative my job is, and there are still positive aspects about it. For example, yep.
yeah,
Another thing is that you mispronounced some words like in charge of.
yeah,
Yep, in charge of. Okay, and the last thing. Okay. Yep. You seemed to struggle in answering these questions. Just my suggestion is that you just need to answer it simply. Okay.
yeah,
You don't have to answer too detailed or like too good. When you cannot master your speaking skills right at this moment, just go with the simple sentences first,
yeah,
and then through the progress of studying and like achieving more new words, then you will have the chance to elevate your
yeah,
sentences. But for
yeah,
now, just use the simple sentence that you can think of right the moment you read this
yeah,
question.
yeah,
Okay, you have to remember that since we are practicing, I give you time to think of the answers, but in the test you will have no time and you will have to answer the question right after you listen to it.
yeah,
Okay, so
okay,
um, from now on, when you read the questions, you will you will try to think of the answer immediately, and then since you have the time that I give you, you will correct the mistakes in your idea,
yeah,
like that. Yeah,
yeah,
so that you can like train your flexibility when coming to being asked these questions. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay, the last exercise, okay, we will discuss about these items, and you will choose the three most important and the three least important characteristics for you
Yeah.
in your job. Yep. Okay. Okay. So I'll give you about 10 minutes to choose the three most important and the three least important characteristics, and please just give me the reasons why you choose those items. You just need to answer it in one sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Okay, time is up. So I will start with my choices first. Okay, are you good?
Yes, I'm good.
Okay, so I will start first. Um, the most important characteristic for me is the opportunities to travel, as I love traveling to other countries and like get attached to the cultures there. The second important characteristic is a good boss. Okay, for me, working with a good boss will like help you to get more opportunities, and a good boss will take care of you better. Okay, the third important characteristic is good pay. Okay, I think that this choice is pretty obvious, as people are looking for jobs that give them the high salary to deal with the daily life. Okay, for the least important characteristic, number one is the regular routine. A regular routine is good, of course, but I would love to have an interesting work, an interesting job that can give me like surprises and challenges, so that I can develop myself better. And number two is a well-known company. There are well-known companies that have a lot of problems, and the conflicts between the bosses and the workers are pretty intense. So I would love to work for a company that is suitable for me. Number three is the job security. Job security is something that everybody wants in this COVID-19 time. But for me, I would love to try out with different jobs so that I can have more experience. Okay, that is my answer. What about yours?
Yeah. I think um, three things, three list important characteristic for me is good pay, um, a good mm, boss, and a well-known company. Because when you work in a company, the first thing that you always concentrate is about the salary. Everyone like a company where can give you like a good salary, a high salary, because it is like motivation to you to work in um, a company. And the second thing is a good boss. I think this thing is really important when you work in a company or collaboration, because um, that when you have a kind boss, like you will feel more comfortable in your job, and you don't have to stress about your job whenever it's difficult, but that's okay. And the last thing is a well-known company, because I think a well-known company is um, like the place that it is really famous. So if you can work it in, it is that mean that you are really like excellent, that you can work in that. And a famous company will give you like a lot of benefit in your job. and even the salary. And three things that I I think is not important is um, of opportunities to travel, um, flexible hours, and how to say um, making decision. Because for me, if you like feel comfortable in that work and you just work in it, and travel is not the important thing, but it is like my opinion. So I don't know about you guys, but I think travel is not important when you work in somewhere. And the second thing is um, flexible flexible hours. um I'm sorry, I don't really understand this word.
Okay, the flexible hours.
Yeah.
Okay, like the normal working hours from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Okay,
Yeah.
So flexible hours mean that you will get to work in the time that you can organize.
Yeah.
You can work with the hours that you are comfortable with, that you are free and you are able to work, for example, like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it is not important because um, if you work in a company, it's had rule. So if company have like flexible hours, is that mean you can focus on your work, and um, although it's makes you comfortable, but um, it's not give you a good pay because um, some hours you will do another work, and then when you're free you come back to your company and continue your work in that company. And the last thing is um, making decision. um, Actually, I'm not understand it clearly.
Okay, making decisions. Um, Making decisions in a job means that you have the chance to say your opinions.
Yeah.
Okay, and your opinions will become the decisions that will be applied for all the company. Okay, and
Yeah.
making decisions are much like it's much like the work of the boss, like that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
giving out the decision based on your ideas, your opinions, and your ideas and your opinions are agreed to become the rules, the decisions that are
Yeah.
applied for all the company, for all the employees.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think making decision it is real important if you when you take up a big posi- position in your company, because when you are a worker or you just like an engineer, I think making decision is not important because um, the leader and the CEO of that company, like they don't concentrate on your opinion, they just focus on the person who have a big position in their company.
Okay, and thank you for your answers. And this discussion about this the choices here is the end of the lesson 10 speaking. Okay,
Yeah.
before ending this lesson, I have some comments. First, right in this exercise, there are some words that you mispronounced, like position and the word here decision. Yep, decisions and position. Those are the two words that you mispronounced pretty obvious. Yep. Another thing is that you use a lot of clutter words like that.
Yeah.
And it will much affect your points when you really take the test. And because the judges will give you points based on flexibility, the vocabulary, and some other factors. So if you want to achieve the most points for the flexibility section, please avoid using too much clutter words, too much like that. Another thing, sometimes your tenses are a little bit unorganized. You are sometimes confused with the tenses in your sentences. Like the three least important things are, but you used is instead. Okay, you got the confusion with these tenses sometimes. And one more thing, your sentence is a little bit unorganized. Like it means that, but sometimes it's like you are not really clear with your ideas. You are not sure what you want to say. So during speaking, sometimes you change the orders of the words in the wrong way. Okay, sometimes it's just sometimes. Yep. So since we're just practicing, I have some basic tips for you. You have the time to prepare for your answers before I ask for your answers. So just note down the main ideas in your head, the main parts, the main points that you want to emphasize. And after you are sure with those main points, then you can develop the more detailed ones. Okay, but the most importantly, you have to note down your main ideas so that you are not confused while speaking. And it seems to me that you try to organize your sentences while you're right at the moment you're speaking. So sometimes your sentences are a little bit unorganized. Okay. Yep, and please pay more attention to the tenses that you use in your sentences. Okay, yep, that is all my comments on your speaking skills in this lesson.
Yes.
Okay. Yep, I think that if we start a new lesson now, it will be a little bit too late.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that we will end this our
Yes.
class a little bit early today.
Yeah.
Okay, and next time we will continue with lesson 11 reading.
Yeah.
Okay, yep. Okay, thank you for joining the lesson.